G'day guys and welcome back to Jans_gaming for another Dokkan battle video. So today's video I just wanted to quickly run through what I would consider to be the best hidden potential routes for the new 8th anniversary LRs that are going to be dropping very soon. Hopefully a lot of you guys are going to manage to pull dupes and you're going to have to select whether you want to go with dodge, additionals or crits for these guys. And I think for the BUU Saga duo in particular, there is a pretty obvious choice, but with the STR GT duo, there is, I guess, a bit of deciding to what method you want to go with. So for these guys, as you can see, they do stack defense on both their 18 and 12 key super, so there immediately is a lot to point you towards additional with these guys. And if you go down into their passive, you will see that they get a few extra additional attacks as well. So they launch an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack when key is 18. So you got one super in there. Also launches an additional super attack when key is 24. So again, another additional in there. And if you add on to the hidden potential right there, if you do have dupes in this guy, that's 4 potential supers that you can get with them. Now, greatly raising defense from the 18 key, that's a 50% boost, and then we've got the 30% boost from the 12 key super attack there. So a potential of 4 defensive stacks there is absolutely massive for this unit, and it is particularly big because at the end of their passive you can see that they do get an additional key and chance of performing a crit plus 10% up to 50% with each super attack performed. So building that up, once you've got that 5 attacks, that can potentially almost be done in one turn if you get lucky. I think it's definitely going to be worthwhile going a build between additionals and dodge with this guy. As you can see, 50% chance, that is more than enough to be getting crits, and then the extra additional is going to be helping with this guy, not only building that up but getting those extra stacks on their defense as well. So that's definitely going to be very important. The other option is your dodges. So personally, I'd be going a full additional build with the rest dodge. There's just going to be no need to put crit on this character when the number one already going to be getting that 50% chance on each of their super once you've got them built up, and because of the dodging for their super attack. Now, you may say that you want the extra crit for when you switch to their standby and you get that that potential super off, but I don't think it's worth it. I think you're going to be much better off just going for the additional defense. As you can see here, we get the big old spirit bomb there, depending on how many charge counters you've got, but you're already going to have a 50% chance to crit from this part of the passive down here. So I think that'll definitely be sufficient enough. So rambled on a bit there, but I definitely think a full additional and dodge build is going to be the way to go with these guys. Leave those crits to the wayside. So it does get a little bit tougher here when we are looking at the GT duo. If you look at their super attacks for the 12 key, we've got the raising attack, and then we get the defensive raise for one turn. And then on the 18 key, we've got the greatly raised attack and then greatly raises defense for one turn. So just the one turn buffs there defensively, which isn't as great of a super attack effect, but does get the stacking of attack there. So that can definitely make their revive hit super, super hard if you are getting that towards the end of a fight. So as you can see here, much like the BUU Saga duo, they have an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming super when key is 18. So again, that's the potential for a second super. You launch an additional super attack when key is 24, so that's the third. And then if you're lucky and you get that hidden potential, that can give you the fourth super, which when you are raising defense for one turn, it is pretty important considering the last aspect of this, where you get the additional 1 key and reduces damage by 10% with each super attack performed. So again here, as it is building up the damage reduction with each super attack performed, that is definitely an inclination to sort of head towards the additionals. We all know how crazy damage reduction is, and if you are getting lucky and we are getting before, like the 3 to 4 super attacks off with each go here. Getting those extra defensive rises there. Yeah, I can definitely see an argument for heading towards additionals for this guy for sure. But the difference here with then the BUU duo is that their standby skill can be activated after receiving 4 or more attacks in battle, starting from the 4th turn. So, or when HP is 50% or less, I should say. So that's where it's sort of tough with this guy, because you don't necessarily want to go too crazy on dodge with them. Maybe you're getting through an event and you're just completely dominating. It's not the toughest event in the world, but you want to get that standby off. You want to be able to activate that revive and therefore see the universal spirit bomb. Obviously, super cool animation, so we definitely want to be getting that. So that sort of does push you a little bit towards not giving this guy a whole lot of dodge. I think for him, he's definitely going to be a 3 dodge for me, and then I'm going to be building him with a pretty balanced crit to additional ratio. He doesn't have any crit in his passive, so by giving, like, at least, say if we can get to something along the lines of maybe 18 and 15 or something like that. I haven't done the math here, but just sort of spitballing that a real close build would definitely be the way to go with these guys. So if the additional is obviously going to be really beneficial because you are able to get those extra raises of defense, and it's going to help you to build up the damage reduction even quicker. Not to mention that the additional, you probably could go a little bit lower if you did want to, because as long as you're getting these guys to 24 key, you are going to get the 3 chances for that to proc. And then from there you want the crits, because obviously this is an attack stacking unit. Damage is going to be pretty easy to get, honestly, if you're getting lucky with those additional supers. And then that's also going to help with the revival counter, we'll call it, with the Kid Goku, where you're able to get off that universal spirit bomb. That can do a ton of damage, and as I mentioned, if that is happening at the end of a fight, and you've had a whole run just to stack up your attack with these guys, if you can get that to crit, that is going to be an absolute monster. So I think for the GT Duo, the wave is going to be going for a very crit and additional based build. Maybe even leaning slightly more towards the crit as I think about it now, just because you will have so many chances for that additional to proc. But yes, additional definitely very important, because we want to build up that 50% damage reduction as quick as possible. So hopefully you guys are able to get a few copies of these guys, get some dupes into them, and then you'll be able to chuck in that hidden potential to get all of those extra additionals, crits and dodges. So thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to keep up with the content, and hopefully I'll catch you all on the next video.